Okay, a lot of you have been waiting for this review. This is my brand new M16 XM177 E2 2009 version by Classic Army. This is the box art for the Vietnam line that Classic Army has, and it's by far the best box art ever. It's awesome. This gun has the brand new aluminum body. It's either aluminum or magnesium. I'm not necessarily sure. It doesn't necessarily say. So, yeah, it's got a brand new body, and it has a bolt catch, new stock, new buffer tube, new barrel, and it also has the functioning bolt catch and a new 7mm metal bearing gearbox. In the box, which is being very stubborn. Okay, in the box, you'll have your gun with magazine, and that's about it. You'll have your Vietnam manual for your M16 A1 and the XM177. It gives both specs there, and all the loading and stuff, and how to, do your gun, fix your gun. This is the new 2009 catalog for Classic Army. They've got some new stuff coming out. Like, they've got a new PSD series. Basically, it's the LWRC. They have that series that's coming out. That's going to be pretty exciting. Also, they're going to have a UMP. Then they just have they're going to have their own gas pistol series. There's a M16 A4 URX they got. Just some of their guns. They've got a brand new they have a whole AR series. And then one of their newer guns that they've got is the M16 A2s. And they've got all these OEM parts and, accessories and stuff through here. More accessories. And they're going to have, like, more of the guns. They're going to have a SG552. Some of their old stuff, randomly new, everything's going to be redone. It's going to be pretty exciting. A lot of stuff's supposed to come out. They're going to have their own gear line. They got their own clothes, helmets, and stuff. The Sport Line series. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Now to get the gun. This gun, just some thing right here. This gun will come with basically the gun and the magazine, and then everything else you want to buy. Of course, the front side adjuster and the unjamming rod, but if you use high quality BBs, then you won't need the jamming rod. First of all, the batteries needs to be a special thin cell battery. Basically, this is a 9.6 2000 milliamp nunchuck battery with the brick form with the thin cells. This is a D-Power. The only difference between the D-Power battery and the Intellect battery, they're both 2000 milliamps. It's just the quality of the wires and their the rubber of the surrounding the cords. Basically, with Intellect, they're a little bit more bendy and stuff, and they feel differently. They're usually a little bit thicker. They're really stiff, while Intellect is flexible. But the D-Power batteries work the best. Intellects have a higher fail DOA rate. Okay, I'm gonna start from the back. It does come with a 5-position Vietnam style stock. Because there's literally no surface area on the back, and it's just so tiny that I changed it for the 6-position LE stock, which fits perfectly fine. And it's a little bit longer, so if you have like a vest on or something, it'll be easier to shoulder. Newly redesigned buffer tube, and the stock's new, but this is a JG. This is the JG stock is brand new, and it has an OD spray on it that I did, which I like pretty much. Okay, moving up, you've got your teardrop metal forward assist. Some history on this. This would be the gun that would be. This is actually the third model, or this would be a, how can I say this? It's the second generation of M4s. Well, I should really say M16 A1s. This would be an M16 model because this was one of the ones brought out by Armalite, and yes, this is an Armalite gun. Colt did not buy out Armalite until after the first couple M16s came off the lines with problems. So this technically would be Armalite because it is Eugene Stoner's design, and Armalite tweaked it and got rid of the muzzle brake, or whatever you want to call it, flash hider, and just made the barrel longer with the brick cage flash hider, known as the M16A1. The first couple guns that came off, people said they were jamming, that the M4 jams. This particular model does not jam, period. It does not jam with minimal, basically the only thing you had to do was this area right around here. You had to brush that off, all the carbon buildup, and that was about it. It had a chrome-lined barrel. The older ones did not have a bolt catch or forward assist, and the guns were designed with stick powder. And when the government sent them out, they thought it'd be a smart-ass idea to put ball powder instead of the. So the stick powder is a little bit. I should say it works better. It doesn't have as much carbon buildup as ball powder, but the government being cheap, they use ball powder, and that caused jamming. Okay, you got your grip here, which actually is different. It's got a high torque motor in here, and the grip doesn't feel the same as my older M16 series over there, and that's really nice. Selector switch, very firm, but it doesn't have a good click. Basically, it's kind of faint, but it doesn't really matter as long as it, if you bump into it, it doesn't really wobble around like some Echo ones. You've got your charging handle, and because this is the new 2009 version, well, what do you know, they decided to go all out, and for the exact same price of every other, this gun, about $260, they decided to put a bolt catch in. Basically, you pull this back, and if I can get a picture here of this, pull this back, you press your bolt catch like real steel, and there you go. And then this, you can see it's propped up, you press it, slams forward. Very nice. This is going to be on all their new models, but the downside to this is they lacked on the dust cover, so I suggest you find a dust cover that doesn't that works, because this just will fall right out. It has nothing stopping it. They should have kept the magnetic one. For this, it would have been a lot easier. Magazine, 200 round magazine. The magwell is designed so basically this magwell will only accept high capacity magazines such as Echo 1 and the Echo 1 and JG 300 round only. It will accept of course the drum mags, and then the mag mid caps only. It will not accept any Vietnam style Echo 1 mags or JG mags. You'd have to keep. They're just too small. These work a lot better anyways. The Delta ring is very hard to pull back. I do suggest getting it off with your fingers and then putting it back on. Put the left side down first, and then use a regular screwdriver to pull back the other side. It's the good polycarbonate plastic, or whatever you want to call it. And then you got your sling mount here. It doesn't really work. Just leave it there. It doesn't really rattle around a whole lot, so it's not necessarily bad. Front sight. Since this is the M16A1 model, the rear sights, there is no height adjustment. Basically, this is the highest adjustment right here, and then you can flip it for the smaller sight. I do suggest, since it does shoot a little high, always with the hop up, even though it does shoot very straight and very far, it shoots a little bit over. So I suggest using the 50 meter sight. And then of course you have this unique piece here, and that's the flash hider that does orange, but I sanded it off because it was very bad. It'd scratch off real easily, and then the gun would look terrible. I got this off of Eternity Airsoft for $260, and the FPS shoots around 360 with the new 2009 version.